You've seen Miami, you've seen Naples, but what if I told you the next chapter of Florida's ultra wealthy isn't written there anymore? It's happening right here in Tampa Bay. Private islands, gated estates, waterfront towers. The city has quietly become the new playground for CEOs, athletes, and legacy families. The Tampa Bay area has quietly transformed into one of Florida's most desirable destinations for the ultra wealthy. Once overshadowed by Miami and Naples, Tampa now draws CEOs, professional athletes, and global investors, all seeking luxury, privacy, lifestyle in equal measure. But where do they actually live, and what makes these neighborhoods command 8 figures without the Miami chaos? I'm Tamily Abdo, and in this episode, we're unlocking the neighborhoods that define Tampa Bay's new era of wealth, and why the ultra-rich are finally calling this coast home. Just 2 miles from downtown Tampa, Davis Island offers a perfect blend of prestige and proximity. A pair of man-made islands developed in the 1920s, it's home to athletes, executives, and surgeons who value waterfront living with immediate access to the city. Real estate here ranges from historic Mediterranean revival villas to modern bayfront mansions. The median home price now sits at around $1.8 million, but these waterfront estates, like Derek Jeter's home, a 30,000 square foot property, have sold over $22 million. On average, homes command around $640 per square foot, with prime waterfront build exceeding $800 per square foot. The community feels more like private village than an island suburb. Golf carts, yachts, clubs, and marina lifestyle balanced by walkable cafes and parks. What makes Davis Island truly special isn't just a waterfront, it's how close you are to everything. Downtown is right across the bridge, yet you feel tucked away in your own quiet paradise. For professional athletes and families alike, this is where Tampa luxury starts. Many residents here work in medicine. Tampa General Hospital sits right on the island, and families are drawn by access to some of Hillsborough County's best public schools: Gorey Elementary, Wilson Middle, and the A+ rated Plant High School. It's luxury living that feels personal, convenient, and distinctly Tampa. Just a few miles west lies Culbreath Isles, one of Tampa's most exclusive gated communities. Developed in the 1960s, it's a sanctuary for old money, corporate leaders, and quiet billionaires who prefer privacy over publicity. Every home here is custom built, many with direct deep water access to Tampa Bay. Median prices hover around $3.3 million, and bayfront estates reaching $8 to $10 million. On average, homes sell for about $680 per square foot, reflecting the scarcity and security of this enclave. Culbreath Isles is one of those neighborhoods where wealth whispers. Behind every hedge or gated, there is a story. A Fortune 500 executive, a pro athlete, Tampa's legacy families, all side by side. It's not flashy, it's refined. Unlike other luxury communities, there's no clubhouse or golf course here. The amenities are the bay, the privacy, and the quiet. The neighborhood's location, just 10 minutes from the airport and downtown, makes it ideal for business leaders and frequent travelers. Families here often send their children to some of Tampa's most coveted schools: Mabry Elementary, Coleman Middle, and again Plant High School, rated among Florida's top public schools. Just south of Culbreath Isles, Beach Park and Sunset Park capture the soul of old Florida. Wealth with sprawling lots, oak canopies, and a blend of historic charm and new luxury. Many homes here date back to the 1930s and 40s, but buyers have been rebuilding with modern architecture, coastal contemporary designs with glass, steel, and clean lines. The average home value ranges from $1 million to $4 million, though new construction and canal front estates easily stretch $6 to $8 million. Price per square foot rounds about $400 to $700 per square, depending on the proximity to the bay. Beach Park and Sunset Park have this incredible balance. They feel timeless. Families love it here because of schools and the sense of community. And for the high net worth buyers, it's an opportunity to live large without the gated or spotlight. These neighborhoods are zoned for elite schools like Grady Elementary, Coleman Middle, and the A+ ranked Plant High School. Many families also choose private institutions nearby: St. Mary's Epicoastal, Berkeley Preparatory, and Academy of the Holy Names. Lifestyle here is understated luxury. Quiet streets, private docks, and a short drive to both downtown and the airport. For Tampa's affluent families, this is where tradition meets convenience. Together, these neighborhoods, Davis Island, Culbreath Isles, Beach Park, and Sunset Park form the heart of Tampa's luxury landscape. But as we move north and east, a different kind of prestige begins to emerge. Historic mansions, gated estates, and names that carry decades of legacy. Coming up are Hyde Park, Avila, and the enclaves where Tampa's wealth becomes generational. Hyde Park and Avila represents two completely different expressions of Tampa's wealth. One is built on heritage and history, homes that have stood for more than a century. The other was designed for privacy and power, modern estates hidden behind guarded gates. Together, they show how Tampa's luxury market isn't one-dimensional. It's layered, cultural, and deeply tied to legacy. Hyde Park is Tampa's heart of old money, a neighborhood where cobblestone streets, brick sidewalks, and mature oaks frame homes that have witnessed more than 100 years of change. Founded in the early 1900s, Hyde Park was one of those Tampa luxury districts. Today, it blends those old century craftsman homes with Mediterranean villas with high-end renovations and new architecture that keeps the neighborhood alive and evolving. Median prices hover around $1.6 million. Through historic restored properties can reach $4 to $6 million, and corner lots on Bayshore Boulevard command even more. The average price per square foot roughly sits at around $550, but for waterfront, fully updated homes, that can climb towards $800 per square foot. Hyde Park is such a beautiful blend of past and present. You have these incredible early 1900s homes right next to stunning modern builds, and it all feels seamless. People here love the character, the walkability, the sense of story is where heritage and lifestyle meet. Just north, Parkland Estates carries that same charm. Smaller footprint, but high prestige. Both neighborhoods are part of Tampa's cultural and architectural identity, where families have stayed for generations. Schools here are a major draw. Hyde Park residents have access to the A-rated Gorey Elementary, Wilson Middle, Plant High School, and they're one of highest ranked public schools in Florida. Many also choose private institutions like St. John's Epicoastal and Tampa's Preparatory, each known for their academic excellence and college prep programs. When I talk to clients looking for legacy properties, not just investments, but homes they'll pass down, Hyde Park is always on the list. It's not about new construction here, it's about roots, community, and craftsmanships that last. From historic wealth, we move to something very different: modern exclusivity. A place where prestige isn't seen from the street, is guarded behind the gates. In North Tampa, roughly 15 miles from downtown, lies Avila, the region's most exclusive gated community. Built in the 1980s, Avila was designed for one purpose: complete privacy. With a single guarded entrance, 24-hour security patrols, and an internal golf course, it's home to athletes, CEOs, and public figures who prefer their peace of mind as much as their panoramic views. The neighborhood covers nearly 900 acres, a mix of lakes, trails, and championship fairways. Entry-level homes start near $2.5 million, while golf front estates can exceed $10 million, where rare properties breaking $15 million are also found. Price per square foot averages $550 to $700 depending on the lot size and customization. Avila really it's its own world. It's not about visibility, it's about control, privacy, and legacy. When you drive through the gate, you feel like you've entered a completely different atmosphere. Serene, secure, intentional. Architecturally, Avila blends Mediterranean estates with modern showpieces. Massive property surrounded by lakes, tennis courts, and private drives. The streets here are wide of quiet, shaded by mature trees, the kind of detail you can only design with time and vision. Families in Avila typically choose private schools such as Berkeley Preparatory, Jesuit High, and Carrollwood Day, each ranked amongst the top academic programs in Florida. These schools combined with Avila's seclusion make it ideal for residents balancing high-profile careers with family life. Avila attracts a very specific kind of buyer, someone who wants the Tampa lifestyle but values security and exclusivity above all else. And honestly, that balance, luxury, peace of mind is what defines this community. From Hyde Park historics to Avila's gates, Tampa's luxury landscape is rich with contrast. Old money besides new ambition, heritage beside innovation. But to understand the full picture of wealth in this region, you have to cross the bay, where historically, architecture and coastal charm covering St. Petersburg's most elite enclaves. We'll explore Shell Isle, Old Northeast, and Belleair, where legacy meets the water. When you cross the bridge from Tampa to St. Petersburg, the energy changes, the pace slows, the architecture shifts, and the luxury feels less about display and more about legacy. St. Pete's neighborhood carry a different kind of prestige. Its heritage, wealth, cultural influence, and waterfront living tied together in one of Florida's most beautiful cities. Just north of downtown lies Snell Isle, a neighborhood developed in the 1920s by a visionary real estate pioneer, C. Perry Snell. He imagined an island community of art, architecture, and elegance, and a century later, the vision still defines it. Mediterranean estates and modern waterfront homes line the bay, many with private docks, manicured seawalls. The average home price here sits at around $1.7 million, with bayfront estates reaching $10 million or more. Price per square foot ranges from $600 to $900 depending on view, renovation, and lot size. Snell Isles feels timeless. It has this quiet confidence, the kind of place where every street tells a story. You'll see the 1920s architecture next to sleek, updated builds, but everything still feels cohesive. That's the magic of St. Pete. It respects the past. Just across Coffee Pot Bayou, historic Old Northeast offers something similar. Century-old bungalows, colonial estates, and brick-lined streets shaded by enormous banyan trees. Average homes sell between $1.2 million and $2 million, with renovated historic properties fetching over $3 million. Unlike newer developments, these neighborhoods thrive on authenticity, preserved architecture, walkability, and proximity to St. Pete's Cultural District and waterfront parks. Families here enjoy top-tier educational opinions, St. Petersburg High School with its international baccalaureate program, and private institutions like Shorecrest Preparatory and Canterbury School, both ranked amongst the top A+ private schools in Florida. What's interesting about Snell Isle and Old Northeast is how diverse their buyers are. You have legacy families who've been there for generations, and then younger professionals moving from places like New York and Chicago, looking for that mix of culture and calm. It's wealth with roots. Just north along the Gulf, the town of Belleair and the tiny strip known as Belleair Shore form one of the most private and valuable stretches of real estate in the state. This is the Gulf Coast's answer to Palm Beach. limited land, direct beachfront estates, and privacy by design. Belleair Shore is only about a mile long, roughly 60 residences total, and every single home sits directly on the sand. There's no public beach access, no condos, no foot traffic, just Gulf views and gated driveways. Belleair Shore is almost mythic in how private it is. The architecture varies, from Mediterranean villas to sleek modern estates, but they all share the same thing: total seclusion on the water. For people who want the Florida coast without the Miami chaos, this is it. Prices here start at around $8 million, and it's not uncommon for beachfront estates to sell for $20 to $30 million. Price per square foot averages around $1,000, making it one of Florida's most expensive zip codes by land value. The broader Belleair area also includes luxury communities like the Belleair Country Club, founded in 1897, Florida's oldest, where membership is as much as a legacy as lifestyle. Families in this region often choose private schools such as Clearwater Central Catholic, Shorecrest, and Canterbury, each known for their top-tier academics and personalized education. What's fascinating about Belleair is how understated it is. You won't see the flashy nightlife or massive public displays of wealth, just beautiful homes, quiet beaches, and generations of family who love the Gulf. It's old world luxury reimagined for today. Across Tampa Bay, each luxury enclave attracts a different kind of wealth. Davis Island, proximity and prestige for professionals and athletes. Culbreath Isles, privacy for executives and legacy families. Beach Park and Sunset Park, classic suburban affluence with elite schools. Hyde Park, heritage and walkable luxury. Avila, gated and exclusivity and celebrity privacy. Snell Isle and Old Northeast, architectural charm and culture. Belleair Shore, complete oceanfront isolation. Together they form a tapestry of wealth, each community distinct yet unified by one thing: waterfront access and deep sense of place. That's what makes Tampa Bay so fascinating. It's not just about price tag, it's about personality. Each neighborhood reflects a different kind of success story, and that's why this market continues to grow faster than almost anywhere else in Florida. What truly sustains Tampa Bay's luxury appeal isn't just location, it's legacy. The next generation of buyers isn't just looking for property, they're looking for permanence. The presence of top-rated schools, Plant High School, Berkeley Prep, Shorecrest, Jesuit, Tampa Prep anchors entire neighborhoods and drives long-term demand. Add to that Tampa Bay's growing economy, no state income tax, and booming tech and finance sectors, and you have one of the most stable luxury markets in the country. Tampa Bay is no longer Florida's hidden gem. It's become one of the state's defining luxury destinations, blending old money, new opportunity, and a lifestyle that's hard to replicate anywhere else. From gated islands to historic boulevards to private beaches, Tampa Bay tells a story of modern American wealth. A story built on sunshine, architecture, education, and the quiet pursuit of a better life by the water. Thanks for joining me for this look inside Tampa Bay's most exclusive neighborhoods. If you're passionate about Florida real estate and want to see more deep dives like this, make sure to follow the show and share this episode with someone dreaming of their own place by the water. Before we wrap this up, there's one more neighborhood I have to mention. It's not your typical gated community, but it's redefining what luxury living looks like in Tampa Bay. Locals are calling it the new Brickell. Welcome to Water Street, Tampa, a $4 billion master plan community transforming the heart of downtown. Think Michelin star restaurants, the Edition Hotel, and high-rise residences that look straight out of Miami. Condos here start at around $2 to $5 million, and the top penthouses at 1000 Water Street are hitting roughly $1,500 per square foot. That's comparable to luxury towers in New York or Miami. But Water Street's real innovation is walkable luxury. Instead of acres of gated land, you step out of your condo and your moments from benchmark International Arena, Sparkman Wharf, or a 5-star spa. It's urban living with resort-level amenities, a new blueprint for high-end city life in Florida. So does this count as where the ultra-wealthy live? Absolutely. For those who want skyline views, world-class amenities, and the convenience of downtown living, this is the future. It's a different kind of wealth. Modern, connected, and right here in the heart of Tampa Bay. If you'd like a private tour of Water Street, Tampa, or want to compare into the waterfront enclave, we've got you covered. Our team can help you explore both the Brickell-style buzz and the waterfront serenity. What sustains Tampa Bay's luxury market isn't just beauty or climate, it's balance. Legacy communities like Hyde Park and Avila prove that tradition still matters. Water Street and Belleair Shore show that innovation and reinvention are just as valuable. And an elite education, strong infrastructure, and Florida's tax advantages and Tampa Bay's luxury ecosystem is not just thriving, it's leading. From gated islands to historic boulevards to skyline penthouses, Tampa Bay truly has it all. Every neighborhood tells a different story about success, legacy, and lifestyle. And whether it's waterfront serenity or urban sophistication, one thing's for sure: Tampa Bay has become Florida's new capital of luxury living. Thanks for joining me in this deep dive into Tampa Bay's most exclusive neighborhoods. If you enjoyed this episode, hit subscribe. We've got more breakdowns coming on luxury trends and investments. We've got more breakdowns coming on luxury trends, investment opportunities, and hidden gems all around Tampa Bay. I'm Tamily Abdo, and this is how we're unlocking smarter moves right here in Tampa Bay. Water, wealth, legacy. This is Tampa Bay.